Okay, hello beautiful people. I'm going to tell you not about a project or any piece of code. I'm going to tell you about a bug. And this bug wasn't a particularly challenging bug in the realm of bugs. I've spent weeks on a certain bug in my life, and this only took me 5 hours to solve. But it's still very interesting. So I did pipenv lock, and all of a sudden I had this error. The error was this that you can see here. It's kind of fuzzy, I'm not sure why. And I thought about the fact that I'd seen this error before, and I realized that I'd seen this error while doing code review for another branch on the same project that we're working on. And then my colleague had actually created a pull request to fix this error. And I was kind of curious what the pull request did, and I saw that what the pull request did was that it took a variable which had been taken out of the database, and it evaluated it as an abstract syntax literal, and then if it wasn't a dictionary, then it evaluated it as an abstract syntax tree literal. This is a bit strange way of deserializing JSON, by the way. But it did actually fix the error. This pull request does work, but it's not the proper way to fix this error. So if you look at the code that this fix comes from, so the fix was in front of this 4-key indict dy map, we have to deserialize the dy map from JSON, and dy map is coming from a dashboard stats object, or actually a dashboard stats criteria object in this code from this project Django admins tool stats. And when I looked in our database, I saw that in fact when I get this dashboard stats criteria object and I print it out, it's a string of JSON. And before, it was a dictionary. What's gone wrong? It used to be a dictionary, now it's a string of JSON. It's not being deserialized properly. And so I looked at the diff of pipenv lock, and I saw that indeed the JSON field that Django admin tool stats is using has been updated. And there's a commit, actually. There's a new commit in the time that this has been updated, and we can see that if you're running Postgres and there aren't any special decoder classes configured, then we return the value rather than deserializing the JSON. Obviously there's a problem here. Obviously this is the cause, this commit. Then I actually tested this at the REPL, and I found that it actually works. Despite the fact that commit looks like it's the problem, it's not the problem because the code still works. and the reason is, if we were to look more closely at the commit, then down here we're deleting a function that says disable internal deserialization of JSON. So rather than, we are now using the internal deserialization. So after spending like a couple of hours looking at why this code doesn't work, I realized that it actually does work. And I seem to be running low on time. So I'll scroll through a bunch of things that I tried. I started looking at this code, and I saw that this is an old bit of code that hasn't changed in a long time. But I eventually realized that before the pipenv lock, this code is returning text, and after the pipenv lock, it's returning JSONB. And the reason why is because there was never actually any change to the code. I eventually tried to use this tool, inspect get source, and I found that the source of the method for getting that field from the Django database is actually completely different from Django JSON field. And the reason why is that there's actually two packages called Django JSON field. Both of them are installed as dependencies, and the order of installation that Pippin uses is arbitrary. And so
Thanks much.